Right, we're going to be continuing our study of graphing quadratic functions or parabolas. This time, instead of a function being given in vertex form, it's going to be given in something that's called standard form. At the end of this lesson, you'll be able to graph a quadratic function in standard form. All right, first of all, let's figure out what standard form is. A standard form, remember, if it is a quadratic, it has to have a degree of 2. And actually, standard form is actually a quadratic trinomial. It's going to look like ax squared plus bx plus c. So notice it's in standard form because it goes highest power to lowest power. So just keep that in mind when we're doing this problem. All right, when something's in standard form, notice it's not obvious to find the vertex, so that's what we're going to have to do first, and then we will also make that table of 3 points. Okay, the new part is we are going to be finding the x-coordinate of the vertex by doing opposite b divided by 2a. All right, so that's the new step that we have to remember. We'll do some examples to see if you can figure that out. All right, example 1, it says to sketch a graph of each parabola, labeling all key features. All right, the first one is y equals x squared plus 4x minus 3. All right, this is in standard form. It goes highest power to lowest power. It is quadratic, so I know for sure that it's going to look like a parabola. The first thing that I'm going to do is just put a 1 in front of my x. And a couple things I'm going to do. I need my a and my b. My a is going to be the number in front of the x squared, so in this case it's going to be 1. And my b is going to be the number that's by the x, which is 4. So as long as you put them in order, it basically just goes a, b, c. All right, so now to get the x-coordinate of the vertex, if you recall, I said to use the formula opposite b divided by 2a. So in this problem, if b is 4, the opposite of b is going to be negative 4. And then 2 times a, 2 times 1 is 2. And then if you divide this, I get x equals negative 4 divided by 2 is negative 2. All right, notice we didn't find the y value, but that's okay. We're ready, once we found the x-coordinate of the vertex, we're ready to go ahead and do my xy table. We're going to pick 3 points, negative 2 goes in the middle, and then I just want 2 away in each direction, so we could do negative 4 and 0. And then just like we did in the previous video, we're going to plug these in into our formula up here. And I would like to use the calculator to show you to make sure that we type those in properly. Okay, so let's try this here. We are going to, this time, it was y equals x squared plus 4x minus 3. Every time you enter an x value, I'm going to ask you to use parentheses. It's just going to save you. Our first x, if you'll notice on the screen, is negative 4. So if I go ahead and do negative 4, it's going to be parentheses, negative 4, parentheses, that was x squared, so we're going to put the squared on it, and then it said plus 4x, so I'm going to put plus 4 parentheses, we're putting in negative 4 for it again, so negative 4 parentheses, and then right next to that it says minus 3. And I'll just press enter, and I get an answer of negative 3, and let's see if it will let me, whoop. So back to here. Okay, now I would like to enter negative 2, so I'm going to do that exact same thing, but this time I'll enter in negative 2, so I'll put parentheses, negative 2, let's go back there, negative 2, parentheses, squared, plus 4, parentheses, negative 2, parentheses, minus 3. And this time for that one I got negative 7, so I just need to remember that. If you want to go ahead and just write that on your paper, that would be fine. I just can't switch screens right now. And then I also am going to do 0, so I'll do parentheses 0, parentheses, squared, and notice, whoops, I don't really need 2 zeros there. Let's try that one again. How about just 0, squared, and you might just want to be trying to type this in as well while I'm doing it to see if you get the same thing. And you might think, oh, I don't need to type it in myself. Yes, you do, because it's real easy to get a wrong answer. And then we'll do that, and I once again get negative 3. So now switching back to my program, I got negative 4, 3 when I typed in negative 2. I got negative 7, and when I typed in 0, I got negative 3. So we're ready to graph those 3 points, and that will form a parabola. So negative 4, go to the left 4 and down 3. Okay, negative 2, negative 7, so go down 2, to the left 2, excuse me, and then down negative 7. Negative 2, 7, and then 0, negative 3. So 0, negative 3 is right here. If I grabbed it right, something looks funny, but oh, so too far. Okay, so then I can just go ahead and connect my parabola. Remember, we want it to be a nice smooth curve, just like a nice smooth ride on that roller coaster. So that's what my parabola function would look like. Alrighty, and once again, I can tell if it's going to open up or down by looking at this value right here. That was a positive, so it definitely should be opening up, which it is. Alright, the next one we have y equals 2x squared minus 8x plus 7. Alright, if you're feeling brave, feel free to go ahead and pause me right now and try this on your own. Otherwise, feel free to just keep watching me do it. Alrighty, this is a parabola because it is a quadratic. It is in standard form because it goes highest power to lowest power. The two things I'm going to first of all identify are my a and my b. My a is the first number, my b is the second number. Notice this one, since there's a minus in front of the 8, my b is negative 8. So to get the vertex, we're going to put x equals its opposite b over 2a. So in this case, the opposite of b, if b is negative 8, the opposite of that is 8. And then O divided by 2 times A, 2 times 2 is 4, and 8 divided by 4 is 2. So if I do my XY table now, I'm going to put 2 in the middle, and I'm just going to go up and down 2 in each direction. I'll put a 4 there and a 0. And it really doesn't matter which numbers you pick. Again, I just like you to be a little bit further away than 1 from that. So now from here, we're going to go on our calculator and we're going to put 0 in for both of those, and you're going to do this exactly the same that I did that before. So if you want to try plugging in 0 yourself, that would be great. When you do plug in 0, you'll get 7. And then if I plug 2 in, we'll still put those in parentheses when we do it, just like I did on the previous problem. If you plug 2 in, you should get negative 1. And again, you might want to try that to make sure that you're plugging things in right. And then if you plug 4 in, you end up getting 7 once again. So we've got our 3 points. We're just ready to graph. We're going to go to 0, 7, so stay put, and then go up 7. And then 2, negative 1, we're going to go to the right 2, and then down 1. And then 4, 7, we're going to go to the right 4, and then up 7, and you can notice I've got this nice parabola forming. So there we go. And I knew I was going to be opening up because this number right here was positive, and I did, and it's just a nice smooth curve. So we got it. So hopefully now you can graph a quadratic function that is given in standard form.